The big thing that I always try to go into any contact with anyone or contact with the public, just talking to them, and it's hard to do, but I treat everyone like a clean slate. Whether I just came from a call of a child abuse or, dealt with gang members who had guns in the car or whatever, that next call, I try to wipe my memory clean, have a short memory, and treat that community member as who they are in that moment, whether it be for speeding, because we all have bad days. Sometimes you're rushing, and you speed a little bit. And I try to just take everything they're telling me for face value. What the gentleman from the sheriff's department said is totally true, though. I think I get lied to probably more times than I get told the truth to. So you do fall into a rut of, you're on guard when someone is telling you a story. You do have to sift through a lot of that, no matter who you are as a cop. Because at the end of the day, I've had people tell me the wrong name over and over and over again, and then it turns out they're, wanted from another state for a very violent crime. So you kind of go into when you're talking to people as if, you're expecting to get lied to and you're prepared for it. That way, something bad doesn't happen to you personally, because you could be dealing with someone who's very violent, or you could be dealing with someone who's, very active in their community and just a downright good person. You don't really know. So that's part of being a cop is being semi-guarded in a way. But I try to remind myself personally to just treat everyone, as as I would want to be treated, or if I talk to them for the first time, I'm going to treat them like I don't know them, but that they're giving me the God's honest truth. So it's kind of how I deal with it personally.
Dylan, that's great. What you said about how you go about your business, and but I can appreciate the fact that you're dealing with sometimes some serious criminal element. But again, I'm looking for law enforcement to share how you balance out, almost expecting, maybe not the worst, but not expecting people to be straight up with you. And then you have citizens not expecting officers to be kind, respectful, because look, this is our 118th event, and most citizens that have problems with law enforcement, their biggest problem is not necessarily what you say, but how you say it. They're spoken down to. They're spoken like they don't matter. They're spoken to like they're dirt. That's what people have a problem with, is how they're being spoken to by law enforcement.
Yeah, I think that comes back to mutual respect. I wouldn't want to work with someone who's going to talk down to people just because they're from a certain area. And I think at the end of the day, both the community and each other as law enforcement need to, hold ourselves to higher standards. That's who we are. I mean, we're supposed to be there for people on their worst days. Whether they come from a bad background or a good background, you have to treat people like they should be treated. And maybe you're that one officer who finally gets through to them because you treat them with some kindness and bring them kind of out of a rut. And that's how I look at it personally. That's how I go about things. So.
And thank you for that. They say, bad news spreads quicker than good news by far. But I've also seen the opposite, where we've had people participate in game changer events that have never had one positive interaction with law enforcement, and coming to a game changer event, it changed them, because they literally did not know that good cops existed. And they went and told their friends and family about their experience. So for members of law enforcement, whether you do things by the book, treat people with respect, or you don't, and you do just the opposite, people are going to share that with one another. One way or another is going to be shared what their experience was.